What up, Nine?
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
Fuck being rational. Give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Boy, man. I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, is it a quick rumble? I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title. We're about to get into it. But before we do that, do me a favor, hit that like. And if you new, hit that subscribe. Free to you, but it mean the world to me. What up, though, people? Hey, man, I woke up to, a lot of the same news everybody woke up to, but also woke up to, I lost my uncle today, man. My mama, my uncle Bill, he passed away today. And it wasn't unexpected, he had a long battle, long fight, double amputee. He had to get both his legs removed, um, lost his eyesight, so, he wasn't what he was before, but hey, my Uncle Bill, man, he just found a way to smile and laugh. He just found a way to dance, reason to dance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we lost a good one. Lost a, he became an ancestor. So rest in peace to Unc, bro. I love you, baby. Love you. You know, yeah. So, I woke up to that gut punch today. And then, the news, man. The news, like, what the hell is going on, bro? What the hell is going on, people? Like, what is going on, bro? They shooting up and burning up churches. That was here in Michigan. And the crazy thing is that's right down the street from my people, man. Um, y'all always hear me say I'm going to my wife's cousin's house in Flint. It's actually not in Flint, it's in the suburbs of Flint. And that's like right around the corner from her house. So when I seen that, I know they ain't Mormons, they don't go to the church. I think it was the Church of Latter-day Saints. Um, And I believe that's a Mormon church. I could be wrong. I can be wrong, but I think it was a Mormon church. Frankie Blanco, what up, though? I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, my uncle was he was a whole vibe, bro. He was a whole fucking vibe, man. I remember when he got his first leg amputated, I called him. I'm like, damn, Unc, you good? Well, my mom went down there and called me, and I'm like, you good, Unc? He's like, I'm great. And he's showing me his prosthetic leg. He was a huge Cowboy fan. Man, when he said when they told me I was getting my leg cut off, I said, well, I ain't got no tattoos, so I'm gonna get a cowboy leg. Like what? He said that's gonna be my tattoo. That's how Unc was, man. He turned lemons into lemonade, man. That's what he always did. Even when he lost his eyesight, he was like, well, now I have to say I don't have to see all the ugly stuff in the world now. I could just focus on all the pretty stuff. And that's how he was, man. He was a fighter, man. He fought to the end. Fought to the end, but now he get to rest, man. He get to rest. He get to relax. Ain't no more suffering, ain't no more pain. But yeah, shout out to Uncle Bill, man. Shout out to my Uncle Bill. But yeah, that shooting that wasn't too far, from my people. So we was calling, checking up on them, making sure they was straight. They was like they just came from church, and I'm like, damn. And then I'm looking like I guess it was another mass shooting in North Carolina. Like they doing drive-bys on boats, people. Y'all got to be careful out here, man. Y'all got to keep y'all head on the swivel. And I hate to say this, but we got to be real, bro. If you live about around a bunch of white people, man, you got to be careful, bro. They out here going fucking cuckoo for cocoa puffs, man. Both of them was former military people too. So this ain't like no gangbangers or nothing, bro. These are our neighbors and shit, bro. These the people who you don't give a second look to doing this shit now. You don't look at these people twice like they're a threat. They white men. How often do you look at white men like he's a threat? We don't that we're in America, we don't do that. But shit, you need to if you want to survive. 'Cause this shit getting crazy, bro. They burned this motherfucker drove his truck into the church, bro. Went into the church, started letting off shots. I think he hit like 10 people. I don't know how many fatalities. Last time I seen, I think it was two. But he hit 10 people, bro, and then lit the church on fire, and then they took him out. Like, bro, they lit a church. Like, I don't look, man. It's just some stuff that you gonna be wild and crazy. It's some stuff you don't do. Like, you gotta be fucking diabolical to go for. But this is history, bro. They used to burn down black churches, man. Now they doing it to themselves. That's they people, bro. That was a white man unaliving white people, bro. Burning a white church down. That shit crazy, bro. This is America in 2025. You can't even go to church. You can't even go to church, bro. And the crazy thing, man, when you think, I don't know, man. I can you imagine them people waking up in the morning like, yeah, let's go worship God, and then all that shit happen, man. That shit wild, bro. That's some devil. That's some demon shit. That is straight demonic shit, bro. You to go shoot up burn a church, bro. That wasn't no small church. That was a huge ass church. When we go visit my people, we drive past it all the time. That's why I'm looking at it like, hold on, bro. I'm like, man, ain't this? And it wasn't. It's a similar church to look like that my wife Pheasant had her baby shower at, and I thought that was the church, but it wasn't. Um, that was a big church. I think that church was bigger. And then, bro, this like some Grand Theft Auto shit, bro. Frankie, Frankie, they doing drive-bys on boats, bro. Like when I heard, oh, they were taking shots from a boat, I'm like, he wasn't black. Shit. I ain't saying black people ain't got boats, but shit, if we have black people on the boat, bro, we ain't trying to do no crazy shit like let off shots. We trying to stay still so the bitch don't tip over. Black people on boats, we ain't trying to tip. We ain't trying to fall off that bitch, let alone standing on a boat while it's moving, taking shots and shit at people. Right, this shit is getting crazy, bro. I told my wife, like, I am not going into no white areas, bro. Not until they get their shit together. Like shit, you talk about black on black crime. I fixed that. I moved from the hood. Now I'm out here. Well, I'm in a diverse area. I was just talking to the store, and then I go to the store. Right, I walk there early, and then I go back later. And the young Chaldean dude, he was like, "Man, I seen you when you was leaving." I'm like, "Oh shit, my bad." I'm thinking he's saying, he was like waving or something, and I didn't see him. He's like, "Man, I'm happy you dipped out." He said because when I walked in, I almost had to bang somebody. I'm like, "What?" He was like, "It was three young white dudes who came into the store." And he said, as I walked out, get down the street, they pulled up, and he was still getting his stuff together. But he was like 3 minutes of him of seeing them walking in. When he get in, the three white dudes, one of them was flashing a gun at his uncle. And so he said he pulled his thing out and told him to get out. His uncle was telling him to get out the store. When he asked his uncle what happened, looking back on the camera, I guess they wanted a certain type of pop, and the store didn't carry it. And his uncle was telling him like, we don't have it. And they told his uncle like, why don't you go back to your country? We can't understand what you're saying. Talk English. And they kept saying it. His uncle was like, you know what, get out. And then the boy flashed the gun, and that's when he was walking in. But he said one thing he knows, he seen the gun on the dude hit, so he pulled his shit out. Was like, man, get out of here. And I'm looking like, and out here we ain't got like bulletproof glass and shit. We ain't got all that shit out here. So I mean, it's like, it's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up. You got to keep your head on the swivel. There's too much hatred in this world right now, bro. Everybody on some hate shit, bro. So you could be minding your business, and somebody else just want to come fucking with you and shit. Like that man been. This is a Middle Eastern store, bro. If you don't want to, if you want somebody to speak English, go to a English store. Like you on some other shit now. Ain't nobody bothering you and shit. They don't carry whatever the fuck you want. Go to another store. You flashing guns and shit. That's where we at right now, man. So I happen back to backs just to cover names on the list. You'll forget about it after a while, huh? You'll forget about it. I don't, bro. I think all this. I mean, I, I don't know, bro. I think it's more to come. I just think you is a group of people who felt disenfranchised and now they feel emboldened to do shit like this. Like, bro, this shit ain't supposed to be happening. Not here, bro. This shit happening here now, man. All these mass shootings, bro. It's like third world country shit. This ain't supposed to be happening here, bro. We supposed to be the most civilized. We supposed to be the beacon of the world, bro. People come here for opportunity. And shit, we ain't no better than shit. It's other countries that got, man. We supposed to be that thing, bro. We done fell off, bro. And I don't see how people don't see that. They still think we the shit. We ain't, bro. We done fell off, bro. We done fell off. Look, the first time it was funny when y'all elected Trump. This time, nah, this shit ain't funny no more, bro. This shit is not funny, man. I ain't even gonna hold you up, bro. This shit is not funny. Oh damn, a 9-year old. They might be on one, bro. I'm telling you, man. That's why I be telling my wife, like, keep your head on the fucking swivel, bro. Keep your shit on the swivel. Like, if something don't look right, get the fuck out of there, man. Motherfuckers start. You seeing people get aggressive? Get the fuck away. Don't be nosy. Don't be trying to. No, get the fuck on, bro. Because everybody on 10 right now, bro. Everybody on 10, and I'm not that type. I'm that motherfucker who react quick. So that's that's why I ain't got a lot of friends, bro. I don't like people moving funny around me. Hey, look, I made it. I made it out the hood, bro, and I made it because I was smart. That's why I made it out the hood because I had a couple of my homeboys try to people who you think your homies and shit. They try to set you up. I had people try to set me up to take a fall. I had people try to set me up to get eliminated. And if you don't see it quick enough, bro, you can't move out them positions, bro. You can't move out them positions. And I was able to navigate through that. So this is just reality, man. The people, I done been stabbed. I done been shot. Well, the shooting wasn't from somebody close to me. I was clipped in the drive-by. But but my step pop stabbed me, bro. The reason I'm legally blind right now is because my brother kicked me in the back of the head, man. So I mean, it's the people who closest to you who can hurt you, and not only the people who closest to you, the people who you allow close to you. Even I was just watching some shit on fucking X, and this husband and wife was walking down the street with their kids, bro, and this lady just pulled out a knife and slashed one of her kids, and then tried to slash them up. Like, bro, you can't even let people close to you. You don't know what they are. You can't even let people close to you. That's what I'm saying. The shit that's happening now, this shit happened in third world countries, bro. This shit ain't supposed to be happening in America. Motherfuckers walking down the street. You walking down the street with your kids and motherfucker pull out a knife and start slashing? Like, nah, bro. You can't even let people close to you. I'm cool though. I live around a bunch of old people. They don't be on that shit. They just enjoying their twilight years, man. Uncle Bill, what it do with the businesses, man? Pass too hard and loved one. What kind of cash in? Probably still, bro. I'm telling you, man. We live in a dangerous time, and this the crazy thing, man. Like I got a son, man. He's 5 years old. I got kids. I got two. But my 5 year old, man, I don't like. I was raised in the hood, so I was raised hard, like, and I don't want to raise him like that. But if I can't bullshit with him neither because he got a big heart, man. Like he like hugging people and being friendly and shit. And I'm like, bro, you can't just do that. You know what I'm saying? Like people drop off packages and shit. He like, hi, want to open the door, hug him. Like, bro, you can't do that shit. These people wild as hell. No, no, no. You can't do that. But he just wanted, he a kid. He just wanted, and I want him to be a kid. I had to grow up fast, man. I had to grow up fast. And yeah, it benefited me, but bro, I ain't had no childhood. I did not have a real childhood. I didn't have it. And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? But I want my son to have one. I want my son to be a kid, bro. I don't want him worrying about all this bullshit. And I want him to be a kid. And my job is to protect him. But to protect him, I got to make sure he in the right position, doing the right thing. Because if he out of position, then I can't protect him. Him just being all friendly and shit. My daughter, she only 2. She don't play that shit, bro. Motherfuckers be coming up to her like, hi. She'd grim them and turn her head like, I don't know you. I'd be like, yeah, baby, that's what you do. The crazy is that we can see and hear more news from all over. So it'd be hard for them to spin short. Yes, bro, they can't, like, bro, this whole, like, and then, man, there's so much shit going on, bro. They can't spin stories, bro. Like this Charlie Kirk shit, bro. That shit sounds so fucking crazy, man. That shit is that's one of the wildest. I guess that's our Watergate or whatever. That's gonna be our huge conspiracy in this generation because none of that shit makes sense, and all the other shit coming out around it, bro. I'm like, man, I don't even want to hear about that shit no more. But that shit, I mean, that shit like crack though. That story like crack. Like that shit is like fucking soap opera, bro. You want to see what's gonna happen next? Like, oh no, his wife was over in Romania doing what? He was over there doing what? Yeah, man, double-edged sword, the JFK shit, bro. I'm telling you, man, it's so. And then like I'm listening to how they trying to spin all these stories, right? Wait, bro, it's too, bro. The amount of shootings going on, like it is that shit is kind of ramping up, bro. Because you had the Charlie Kirk shit, right? Then that same day you had that school shooting. Then turn around. I'm talking about this is within what 10 days, bro. Then you had the when the dude went to the wedding party, like, bro, like you can't even a wedding reception. Like if somebody went into a wedding reception, like, bro, y'all tripping. And then you got the church thing. You got the North Carolina dude on a boat doing some Grand Theft Auto shit, shooting at people from a boat, like and escaping. Like what the fuck? He's like, well, if I get on my boat and shoot him, I can get away. I'm on the water. Like, bro, you wild as hell, bro. These people wild as hell, man. Like you can't go to church. You can't go to a wedding. Like, what the fuck you supposed to do? Like, what the fuck you gonna do, bro? And I mean, a lot of it is to put fear in people, right? A lot of the stuff is to induce fear. People be all worried, like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. We still got to live our lives. You just got to live it with your head on the swivel and be prepared, bro. That's the thing, man. Be prepared. A lot of times people get fucked up because they hear a gunshot and they ass looking around trying to see where it come from instead of getting their ass on the ground. Like, get down, motherfucker. Get your ass down. Stop, drop, and roll. Act like you on fire. Get behind cover. Like, That's fucked up. I grew up in the hood, so I'm used to that shit, right? You're nah, we on the ground, bro. We for cover. I'm grabbing my shit. Oh, okay, it came from this way. Okay. Yeah, I said, I'm gonna just stay right here for a minute. See if you already still shooting. Fuck, I might have to take this motherfucker down. Bro, I be on some shit like that. Like, look, man, go be look, man, go get you an equalizer. I'm gonna say it like that. Make sure if you in some shit that you have an equalizer. You bring something to the party too. Because if you don't, man, I ain't on that victim shit on no way, shape, or form. Am I ever gonna be a victim? Right? I'm not gonna be a victim, man. I'd rather be prepared than be unprepared if some shit happens. So, man, I mean, that's just where we at, bro. That's where we at. You know, by the time you call 911, bro, the shit already done went down. I mean, that's just reality, bro. And the shit can happen to anybody anywhere. Like these shootings ain't in the fucking hood, bro. These shootings ain't in the fucking hood. This shit, these are in that church in Burton. That shit was in fucking Burton, bro, or Genesee. That's an upper class white neighborhood, bro. This shit ain't happening in the hood. These ain't your usual suspect. These ain't the people who you look at as a threat. These be the people who walk right past you and you don't even notice them doing this shit. That's the scary part. These are people who you walk past every day thinking everything cool. This is America. The Las Vegas. I don't even remember when did the Las Vegas. It was a couple. Wasn't it a couple in Las Vegas, bro? There's been a couple. Well, I don't know this year, but I don't know which Vegas shooting you talking about. The one when he was at the concert up in the hotel room. That one. That shit was crazy. And again, that shit ain't in the hood, bro. What was they at a Ariana Grande concert or some shit like that? They was having a fucking concert, bro. That nightclub shooting. Didn't a base get a military? Like, man, bro. God damn, bro. Yeah, about to get me some. Keep fucking DoorDash and I'm straight. I ain't going out. I got all the shit in my house I need to protect myself and my family. This shit crazy, man. My wife be like, "You want to go?" I'm like, nah, man. I ain't gonna judge too many white people there, bro. I'm good. I ain't going. Girl, white people, man. That shit track drama now, bro. I'm straight. I'm straight, man. Mm-mm. No, no, no. We get that Matumbo finger. I'm good. This is 33. What to do with the business is, my brother? Yeah, this been a wild couple weeks, man. It's been a wild couple weeks. Brother Gary talked about he gonna talk about the rapture. Yeah, bro. Like motherfuckers selling their houses and shit, giving away all their shit just to come back looking stupid, bro. That shit wild, bro. You better off just writing a will. Like if it happened, then you can have it. If it don't, then I still got it. That would have been a smart way to do it. No, they was 100% sure they was about to get beamed up. 100% sure they was about to get beamed up. And it's still people talking like it still might happen. Like, bro, like man, I hate to break people's heart, but they be taking shit literal. You supposed to be looking at shit metaphysical. You supposed to be looking at that shit on a metaphysical level. You think you about to get beamed up somewhere, bro? Like, nah, bro. It don't go down like. But hey, that's what faith is, man. That's why I said that shit can. They ain't the first people who did that shit though. This the history just keep repeat. This how dumb we are as a civilization, bro. We keep repeating the same fucking shit over and over and over. I'm hearing people today like, why is all these dudes talking about women shouldn't vote? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Do you think women should vote? It's like so many fucking debates on YouTube about women shouldn't vote. Women shouldn't vote. Like half you men shouldn't fucking vote. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, well, before women voted, I heard what's his name? The dude I reviewed the other day, Jesse Lee. Like Americans messed up because look, man, I ain't gonna hold you up, bro. I ain't gonna hold you up. Y'all got that Trump syndrome, bro. Yeah, y'all on some other shit, bro. Y'all trying to set motherfuckers back when we keep trying to go forward. We trying to go forward with shit. Women shouldn't vote. Like what? But why shouldn't women vote? Because they are half of you men are fucking irrational. That's a human trait. That's a human aspect. They're informed people. If you on the left or the right, your ass shouldn't vote. That shit's stupid anyway. Both of y'all sides stupid. You saying stupid shit. Both sides say stupid ass shit. Now we talk about women shouldn't vote. Oh my god, bro. Like we ain't got shit else, but we ain't got no other problems in the world we can solve. We want to create new ones. And shit. We want to take voting rights from women. We gonna blame all the problems on the world because the women voted this way. Women voted that way. If the women didn't vote this way, then we wouldn't. What the fuck we get Trump voted? Is that the women's fault? Who fault did we get Trump, bro? Like I said, the first time it was funny, but the second time I'm like, damn, y'all ain't learned y'all lesson. Y'all really like, I don't know, bro. He's a good businessman. Which business? Which business we talking about? Which business? What business that he ran that's in the SP 500? Which business? Like, come on now, man. That ain't no business. He just know how to work the system. He know how to keep making money off of idiots. That's what he know how to do. Like, bro, it's sad, bro. It's sad. And people really running with that shit. And no matter what, they going down with that shit. They going down with Trump shit, and that motherfucker already on a life crab, bro. He already on the he already on a dinghy while his ship sinking with all his supporters on it. His ass gone already. Oh man. Yeah, but that's where we at, man. That's where we at, man. Y'all gotta protect yourself, man. Y'all gotta be ready for whatever. Cause it's not, man. I don't want to see none of my people on the news story. I don't want to see that, bro. I really don't. If shit don't look right, get the fuck out of here, bro. Don't be fucking with people. If somebody come fucking with you, you gotta realize, man, a lot of people on crash out mode, man. Stay the fuck away from it. Uh oh, my homie, the big homie. What up, though, Melon?
It's all good. It's all good. I'm
What is
just
what is
trying to. I just tuned in. What you talking about?
all this crazy shit going on, man? Just telling people keep their head on the swivel, man. It ain't the usual suspect. You know what I'm saying? These people who you bypass every day doing these mass shootings and unalivings and shit.
Mm-hmm. That guy had a veteran's hat on. That tripped me out.
Yeah, both of the shooters today were veterans. The dude who man, did you hear about the dude? What was it, North Carolina? He was on a boat popping people. Motherfucker on
And
a boat. When they say, "Oh, a guy from a shooting from a boat," I'm like, he ain't black. Like hell no, ain't no black people about to be on no boat shooting. Yeah, we on a boat. We sitting our ass down, buckled up. We ain't trying to fall off. This motherfucker doing some Grand Theft Auto shit.
right. Maybe that's the issue, or not.
He,
It's a combination of a lot of things that's making people crash out. Yeah. So watch your back out here, because you could be in a grocery line with a psychopath. You know, like say you go to the grocery store, you just buying your fruits and vegetables and meats and shit. You might be stand, you
Like,
might be
oh
standing in
shit.
line with a goddamn psychopath.
Hell yeah. Shit, that's why I stopped
Ain't
going
that
to
a scary
Walmart.
thought, right?
Man,
There was
listen.
a time when psychopaths were distinguishable. It's like, okay, that's a psychopath. But now
That
they look
motherfucker.
like just,
Shit,
you know, whoever. Damn. That's
yeah.
crazy out here.
Motherfuckers looking like they just came off the set of Dawson's Creek now. Like, this shit look crazy, bro.
You have no idea who is crazy. And that is crazy. That's frightening. It's like there was a time I could take confidence in identifying who might be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But when you compile movies and rap videos and dare I say people on YouTube panels, like you really don't know who you talking to,
Oh,
who
no.
you dealing with, who you in line with, who you strike up a conversation with. Like it's making the world paranoid, brother. Do we really want to live like that? Do we really want to go outside and be like, okay, I got to guard up because any given person is dangerous? Do we really want to live in a world like that? Do we?
Hell no.
It's a turn
Shit,
off.
my wife talked about moving to Australia. She's
It's a
like,
turn
you
off.
heard
I
it?
want to go outside and believe that everything's fine.
Right.
And the way the news, see, I've been advised not to watch the news. I'm weaning myself off the news. At the same time, you have to be made aware of current events. So,
Mm-hmm.
I pick and choose when I watch the news. That rhymes, so you know it's true. Um,
Right. Real quick. Let me interrupt you real quick. Writers, what up, man? Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. My bad. I just wanted to speak to her.
no, no. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Tell your friends, cause it never
Tell somebody,
ends.
tell somebody. Yeah. Tell somebody, tell somebody.
Yeah, tune in. Tell your friends. It never ends. Come through, cause we talk the truth. We ain't trying to pretend. We're not trying to, you know, um, do anything other than share our thoughts that you may have in common with us. The link is pinned. That's how I joined the panel. You can too. God bless you, audience. God bless you. Look, it's the middle of the night. I'm woozy. I'm not going to say tipsy. I'm woozy. So if I sound like, you know, like I'm,
Man, we,
if I sound kind of
we
whimsical, you know who ruined my day today?
who, who,
That nigga Rude Imp.
who?
Some guy on YouTube that has a bad habit of inserting himself all over YouTube. I'm on a panel with a nice woman for the first time. Her name is Candy Cane Lane. And I'm talking, maybe I'm over talking because I do over talk. I not talk over people, but I mean, when I make a point, I'm not concise sometimes. So here I am busy not being concise. And here comes this guy that has been on YouTube and he comes up there explicitly announcing that he came to quote unquote get me,
Oh,
so much
wow.
so that he wanted to assert that she put he and I in the back chat and all this like I was harassed on YouTube today. I'm not talking about the usual like shut up B, like oh here come a woman talking, it wasn't the usual humiliation ritual. It was the I own you
Mm.
possession type of energy. And it was like, just because I'm familiar with you for a decade or more on YouTube, that doesn't mean that you can just interject yourself arbitrarily on a conversation that I'm having with somebody whose panel I have first attended. It'd be different if this was our regularly scheduled antic. Like, I like this woman. This is my first time attending her panel. I wanted to demonstrate that I'm willing to contribute something intellectual, and he came and messed it up. It hurt my not it didn't hurt, because I mean people are people, so it didn't hurt. It was surprising. That's what it was. So with that being said, has anybody ever come on your channel, who you thought was a good dude or good woman, and it turns out their goal was to insult you, embarrass you, humiliate you? Like, don't that fuck you up? That fucks up your day,
Yeah,
right?
I had a couple people come through, like, and I guess I don't know what. I guess they was gonna tell me about myself or whatever. I had a couple people do that, and then
Yeah,
like
that
I
fucks up
just
your day. It's like I wasn't expecting this. I
yeah.
had a happy Sunday mentality, and then somebody come out of no. See, okay, so back to the situation of what we were discussing. That's the thing. Not expecting the assault.
Man.
And it's really burdensome to think that we got to walk outside our damn door expecting an assault. Like
Mm-hmm.
like that's not America. That's not what I
Mm-mm.
joined the service for. Like that's not America. We are supposed to walk out our door,
Say
maybe deal with
oh,
annoying neighbors, but as far as like expecting an assault, and that's what propagandized media is telling us. At any given moment, you can expect an assault. Like
as
we
soon as
pay
the
money to
school
be in
and
neighborhoods
go
that
to
are
church.
safe. But
Yeah,
apparently, America is not safe anymore. Apparently.
no, shit, they ain't never really been straight. It's just,
No,
it's just, it's just hitting there. You know how one thing affect one part and then eventually it spread everywhere. That's what it
it's
did.
spreading.
That's what it's doing. It's spreading
The-
like cancer, man.
Yeah. The lack of safety is spreading. And, I mean, shout out to people that I can relate to in the hood. I remember coming back from a war. You know, I was in between going from one duty station to another. I was more afraid of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
so I was more afraid of the west side of Chicago than I was, loading missiles on the flight line, like for real, if I had to confess it. Because, you know, you want to go outside and go get your groceries, but you know, they
Oh,
popping
that
off.
shit too. Did you see that? That cop. He was a cop and shit. I think she survived the attack, but it was some white dudes who ran up on the cop when she was pulling in her driveway. They ran up and started shooting at her
That's what I'm saying, man. It's
in
like
Chicago. Like, God damn.
Chi- Chicago. I blame it on drugs. I think, and when I say drugs, I'm talking about pharmaceutical as well as illicit. There are people out there that are mixing the two. They go to a psychiatrist for their PTSD, right? But they don't tell the damn psychiatrist, oh, by the way, I'm popping Percocet, I'm taking street drugs, I'm drinking alcohol. Like, there are people that have multi substance abuse issues, and it displays itself with their behavior. And I wonder if this veteran guy that attacked a Mormon church of all places, not saying that any other church is exclusive, I'm saying the what it takes to attack a church. I want a deep dive. Like, what did the Mormon church do to you, brother? Like,
Right.
what did a Mormon church do to you? I want to know I want to know the autopsy, blood work. I want to know what was in his system, and nothing else is going to satisfy me regarding this case and other cases that are kind of out the box. It's like it all boils down to, what is your blood work talking about? Like, if I don't know what your blood work is talking about, then everything is up in the air. If I know what your blood work is talking about, like all the details of what's in your system, then we can come to a conclusion. Okay. Other than that, it's just news. It's just news. It's like, okay, this guy shot up a Mormon church, or George Zimmerman attacked, a black child that wasn't doing nothing. Like all these people that are doing this shit. What's the blood work? What is actually going on in their system? I break shit down to a fraction, man. That's just me. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you want to know what's, as far as mental too. Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee. What up, Dee Dee?
What's up
Um,
with that blood work? Like, what's going on in their system? Then I can identify what we're talking about. And other, their actions, of course, as it rank, just take the most atrocious, even Hitler, fuck him. Like, just what is the autopsy report? What
that
was in their
motherfucker, that
blood?
motherfucker, they created meth, bro. The Germans, they created that shit.
Mother, yeah,
Motherfucker,
people
LSD,
are
them
on
motherfuckers,
drugs out here,
yeah,
man.
man. Motherfucker, they
Capital
super
D
soldiers, high as
drugs,
hell.
and there's all types of drugs.
Yeah, man, it's all types of
People on drugs out here, man. Straight up.
and they doing crazy shit, man. That's what I said, man. This world, bro, man, is I'm 41, man. I every day I breathe, I realize how lucky I am. Shit I've been through and the shit that's going on now, bro.
If you was on
And so,
drugs, we would hear about you. If I was on drugs, you would hear about me. These motherfuckers on drugs, man.
so drugs I did made me sit the fuck down. I wasn't trying to do something. I
Ain't
got
nobody trying to get
I,
caught up like that.
I smoked me some bud and sit my
Say
ass
no to
down.
drugs, man.
Hey, we go smoking and play spades and shit. We go in the backyard, play spades, get a drink. We chill,
Yeah, but
bro.
don't
We
take it
wasn't,
in conjunction with Prozac. That's what I'm saying.
no, we
Like,
wasn't
these
doing that.
motherfuckers out here mixing pharmaceuticals with,
Man,
marijuana and other shit. Like, these motherfuckers on drugs, man. Straight up.
man, I mean, nowadays it's hard to. I mean, man, and people be making so much shit at home, and then you got that F thing going around.
If
You
you
know,
interview people
everything.
that are locked up for heinous crimes and interview them a time thereafter, they're not the same person because they're no longer practicing polysubstance abuse. I
Do you
believe
know,
that polysubstance abuse is the reason why these people are going crazy.
listen, I had a
Violently
friend,
so.
right? I had a friend, right? It was 4th of July. It was the third going into the fourth. I remember this day clear as day. We were sitting on my porch drinking, and I lied to him. I was like, bro, I gotta go to work in the morning. I was drunk, and he wanted to go to the store and get some more drink. I'm like, I'm gonna lay my ass down. So I told him I had to go to work. Man, like 10, 15 minutes later, my sister run upstairs, like, Ty got shot. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, at the corner store. He got
Ain't
shot.
that something?
I Man, I go down there, it's all, crime scene. My one homeboy lived next door to the store. He heard the shooting and seen him, and he was outside his car leaking, and he tried to pick him up and put him in the car, but he said he was gone already. So he just left him in the car and waited for the police to come or the ambulance because he said he got hit in the head. It was like when he picked him up, it was like he was like, man, when I picked him up, it was like the back of his head fell off. Like the back of his head fell off.
Oh
He got shot
my.
point blank range in the head. So we found out who did it, right? And this was the
Mhm.
fucked up part. The guy who did it, we all grew up together. He was just sitting on my porch with us drinking. We all was just sitting there drinking. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like we was all cool. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? So we go to the court and when he was telling he pleaded guilty and everything, but he was like he took some of them, remember them ecstasy pills, they had them Obama heads and shit like that. He said he took two of those and he said he thought he was in like a video game. He said it didn't even feel real. He
Polysubstance
said
abuse.
he seen him coming out the stove and he said, "What up?" And he said, I guess I scared him because he turned around and he was reaching. And when I seen him reaching, he was like, "Oh man, you got to be careful. If I didn't know who you was, I probably would have shot you." He said when he said that, he said he just pulled out his gun and shot him in the head and walked off. And he said the next day he
Polysubstance
woke up, he
abuse.
thought he was dreaming that he did that. He said I didn't even know I was dreaming.
Polysubstance abuse.
And he was like, it still don't feel real like I did that. He said even sitting here today in this courtroom, it still don't feel real.
Condolences for, your lost brethren. It further emphasizes that polysubstance abuse will alter someone's sense of reality. And he thought he was in a video game, right? And
Mhm.
he just, you know,
I seen people become like they normal ass people, and then they get on that shit, bro, and they just be like zombies. Man. It was these two young boys. I was mentoring. I was teaching them how to work on cars. And one day they went out and stole a car, and the one homeboy was like, "Leave it in the back," and the other dude got mad. And now he was at this boy house, right? They took the boy who said leave it in the back. They took the car to his mama house. They put it in the garage. The other boy wanted to joyride, and when he told him no, leave it in there, right in front of his mama, his whole family, shot him in the head, took the car. His own boy.
polysubstance abuse.
The people was
See,
wigging
it's
out on
one
that
thing to
shit, bro.
smoke weed, right? It's one thing
Yeah,
to drink alcohol. It's another thing to combine stuff. There are people
yeah.
that are taking that nighttime Excedrin. Um, they're drinking, they're smoking weed. That's polysubstance abuse. And we're not even going to count the people that are on pharmaceuticals, you know, for whatever, you know, what they call it, antidepressants, antipsychotics,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I
anti-convulsant,
tell the
whatever the fuck they call them. Like there are people that are on stuff and mixing it with other stuff.
alcohol. Yeah,
They mixing it with other stuff. It's like, you know, polysubstance abuse, man. It's a real thing. Like we want to
take an
believe
upper and
it's
a
just
downer.
meth. We want to believe it's just heroin. We want to believe it's just crack. We want to believe it's just alcohol. We want to believe it's just weed. No, people are out here mixing shit and it's fucking up the way they think. Period. I'm not even going to talk about nutritional deficiencies. That plays a part as well. You know, I've been berated for asserting that nutrition plays a part in well being in terms of thinking in a sane manner, but that does play a factor. Like if you living off corn chips and 7 Up and you taking drugs, of any kind, you're depleting things that would have you to think otherwise properly. Like people just don't understand how to maintain their square, their sense of sanity. They just don't. It's one thing to make a choice, a conscious choice. It's like I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna do everything I can to fuck up who I am. That's one thing. It's another thing to be ignorant. It's just like I think I can live off corn chips and cognac, and I got this prescription from the VA for antidepressants or whatever. And by the way, while I'm out here at the club, I'm taking Percocets or what they call it, ecstasy and all this other kind of shit. Like people are fucked up, like on an ignorant level. They don't seem to comprehend how what we do and don't do affects how we think, you know? Now, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that, I'm a guru. All I'm saying is I believe people are on drugs
Yeah,
and
they are.
drugs are affecting their behavior. That's
Oh,
what I'm saying.
definitely, definitely. I mean, like anytime I don't think most people have cognitive thoughts anyway. But then you associate drugs to that. I mean, people out here like The Walking Dead, bro. They out here like The Walking Dead. It's nothing. Is nothing new. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Paranoia is hilarious. Like like once a person climbs out of paranoia, right? And they realize what it took for them to be paranoid, they look back on it like, damn, it was them damn drugs. You know?
I ain't never. Yeah, see, that should affect everybody differently too. You know what I'm saying?
It
Some
does.
people,
It,
like when I drink, man, I don't like when I drink. I don't get all wild and shit. I
but
just be
but
chilling.
you don't drive. There are people
Nah,
that
nah, I
drink
don't drink
and believe that they drive better drinking.
when they drinking. Yeah, I
Imagine
know.
that shit. Like, what kind of sense does that
My
make? I've actually
one
had my
homeboy be like,
friends tell me I drive better when I've had a couple of cocktails. I'm like, are you
and that's
fucking nuts?
yeah, that's just
That's
them
crazy.
justifying their bad behavior. That's how they justify their bad behavior.
That's the substance telling you that. That's not
Yeah, that's
that's
that
the
demon in
substance
the
telling
bottle
you
telling
that you
you.
drive better when you drinking. That's the substance. That's why so many DUIs out there. That's why I don't have one. Because I know
Yeah,
better.
I ain't doing. I ain't
Shit.
man. When I was young, before I was even able to drink alcohol, that's why I say like, man, it's like some cops, man, they cool as fuck, bro. 'Cause I remember I was 16, I was drunk as hell. Cop pulled me over and shit, and I'm drinking while I'm driving. I got a fucking 40 drinking, going over this chick house, and I had just pulled up in front of her house. Man, when I seen them damn police, like, do you know I pulled up on a curb? I was so lit. The cop came to the car. He was like, "Man, what the fuck is you doing?" I'm like, "Man, I was just trying to come over to this chick house," and she came on the porch. And he was like, "Is he coming over here?" She was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man, get your ass out the car. Don't get back in until the morning. If I see this car move before the morning time, I'm locking your ass up." He's like, "How old are you?" I was like,
You were
16.
fortunate. Yeah, you were fortunate.
Like, and you drinking? He was like, if I ever see your, like, he was going, man, I'm like, yes, sir. I'll never drink again, man. I never drunk and drive from that point. Like, I drink a beer. Like, if I go out and I'm driving, the most I will ever drink is 12 ounce beer. I would not drink more than that when I go out.
Yeah, there's a blood alcohol level that's allowable. If you know what it takes for your biology to do that, that's fine.
I
But
was,
a lot of people don't know their blood alcohol limit. A lot of
mm,
people don't know it. I
I
don't
just
even know
don't.
my own. Guess I could calculate it, I guess, but I'm not interested in doing that because it's not my intention to be, you know, driving a vehicle where I have, like, if I hurt somebody or their property,
I ain't trying to hurt nobody.
and it turns out that I recall I had been drinking. Like, I'm just not trying to do that. Um I mean, there was a time I was wild. There was a
Yeah.
time, and I fortunately I got away with it. But you know, when I think about the potential harm I could have caused with my recklessness, I'm just not really that person anymore. You know, um, I can't imagine forgiving myself if I hurt somebody just because I wanted to party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to hurt nobody if I can help it. I'm not even trying to be vengeful, believe it or not. Um, I'm not. It's just there's no spiritual reward in being vengeful, is what I'm saying. And I think when a person consumes substances that alter your mind, and then you engage in activities that could cause harm to others. It's different like when you sitting at home and you sipping cocktails or you smoking weed or whatever, you know, popping pills, whatever the fuck you do. Not you, but whatever somebody does. If you sitting at home, you gonna stay sat at home. Okay, go ahead, destroy yourself, do whatever you do. But going out in the public and endangering people, that makes that's kind of predatory. You know what I'm saying? That's 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 messed up. That's like thinking that the world is in your way, like you own the world and everybody's in your way, and it's just a predatory mindset. I'm just not interested in being a predator. You know, it's just I can understand why people hate people that use drugs. I can understand that now. At first, I didn't. I was like, "Oh, y'all tripping. Y'all being sensitive." No, it's really a predatory. Is accessing a predatory mindset to put others in harm's way. Just like that guy that shot up that church and the guy that chased, Trayvon Martin. Like
Man, I
these.
just heard some crazy shit. I just heard, there was this dude was playing this video and Charlie Kirk said Trayvon Martin was stalking George. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is you talking about? Well, people eating and
Yeah,
shit.
he was talking crazy on some real crazy. He was talking crazy.
And
The guy
I heard
rest
that.
his
I'm
soul,
like,
but he was talking crazy.
oh, yes,
He's
bro.
up there, like
Sis,
with
what up, though, bro?
he's up there with a whole lot of crazy talkers.
Right.
I don't wish assassination on anybody. I mean,
Nah,
and it's not because he had a family. I'm just talking about as a
just
humanitarian.
as
Like,
a human, yeah,
that's
I don't
not
want
a
nobody
cool
to be
thing to
eliminated.
do.
But
Assassinating people is not cool. That's not cool.
I
So,
mean, I'm hearing other shit that he did, but as far as what I know
no,
he
he
did,
was
he ain't did
terrible.
nothing.
He was
Yeah,
terrible. All the
I
rhetoric
mean,
that he spewed was terrible.
no, it was just I was watching this video today, and it was this white guy. I don't know what his occupation was, but he was saying that he made a list of people and put it online, and like different professors and stuff. And he was saying because he put that list online, and he
When
was
he
like, these
said,
are bad people. He said people start getting harassed and losing their jobs and shit, like because
yeah,
he made
yeah,
that
he
list,
was
and he
terrible.
knew what type of influence and power he had.
On the other
And
side,
you,
let me ask you
yeah,
this.
mhm.
How is it any different than Malcolm X saying that all white people are devils?
Because Malcolm X,
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just asking. How is see what I'm indicating is a mindset of of dominance, right? It's like my influence is going to dominate. Period. See Charlie Kirk, let's say he was a black man. The energy of his being would have been extreme on our side. Would we have looked at him like say everything he said about black people was switched over to him being black and he said it about white people? Would we be mad at him?
if
He's an
he was lying,
extremist.
yeah, if
He's
he
just
lied,
yeah, just like Malcolm X was an extremist, right? You know, so extremist or not, I don't advocate for anybody to be assassinated. So, you know,
but
that's the
Malcolm
way I
X,
look at it.
the difference between him and Malcolm X, though, Malcolm X, I mean, he did say, all white men, though. He did say that, but that was when he was asked questions. His rhetoric or what he preached wasn't about anybody. It was the empowerment of
When
people.
John F. Kennedy got assassinated, he said the chickens have come home to roost. And a lot of people were mad at him about that. Just like how this Kirk guy, says some atrocious stuff, you know. And what I'm saying is, for me, it's not about the man, it's about the mentality. There are extremists that are willing to die for the opportunity to be viewed as an extremist. And that's what he was willing to do. He was willing to go hard in the paint for the words out of his mouth, just like any other extremist. There are people in this world that are extremists, and a lot of times extremists, uh, their card is pulled, unfortunately. Um,
I just don't
yeah,
see how you can say I like for
you
me.
don't see how I can compare him
I,
to Malcolm X. You don't see
no, no, I wasn't even about to say that. I just like even with him, like how can you claim you love Jesus and you don't believe in empathy? Like that was Jesus' whole message was be empathetic
he
towards
he sold his spirit out a long time ago. You know, like
them.
like his ego wouldn't allow him to stop saying nonsensical stuff. Like his ego wouldn't allow him to stop not being consistent. His ego would not allow him to stop putting his family in, because he's had death threats from what I understand.
Uh,
This is a family man
What's
that's
that?
getting.
What's that dude named Ben Shapiro? I didn't know somebody pulled up at his crib and tried to take him out.
That's what I'm
A month
saying. It's
ago,
like at some
like
point,
they tried to take him out. The dude had a shootout with the cops. He was
yeah,
trying. He was telling Ben Shapiro to come outside, and I guess he called the
I,
cops. And when the cops came,
I'm
the
not a
guy had a shootout
man.
with the cops and
I'm not a
got in the
man.
line.
What I'm gonna say is that any event that I can conceive how a man thinks, it it puzzles me why a man would put his family in harm's way. That confuses me.
I, yeah, that's why I don't be on here doing no crazy shit, bro.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
I
It's
know
like,
I got opinions and I got
bruh,
views
you
and
got a
all that.
family. What are you doing?
But I got a whole family, bro. I got a whole family. It ain't my opinion and views ain't that important. To put my family in danger. It's really not
Why is it
because
so
shit.
important for you to make all these statements that enrage people to the point that they want to kill you
And
and your
it's
family?
not.
Why is that important?
Let's just see if you was saying something that was impactful and needed to be said, and can inspire and motivate people to do the right thing. But that should be inciting. The shit he was doing was inciting hate, bro. That shit was just, and now you hear people regurgitating all that bullshit he was saying. Like, the shit don't stand up, right? This argument don't stand up. Like, it's people. Like I was just saying before you popped up. I'm hearing so many people they having debates online talking about should women vote. Like, what the fuck is you talking about, bro? Like, oh, because women they emotional. I'm like, bro, if women shouldn't vote, I say 80% of the men shouldn't vote because y'all motherfuckers is dumb as fuck too. Y'all done voted for this motherfucker twice, and you think you should have the right to
You
vote?
know, right?
Like, what the fuck? You done
Um,
voted for it twice, and you think you should have the right to vote? You done fucked up twice. First time, it's my bad. Second time is no, you done fucked up.
that's crazy. Yeah. I mean,
It's like motherfuckers want to go backwards and shit.
when I think about it, the pandemic itself, it's like
That,
I
that
don't
fucked
want to vote
everybody.
for somebody whose administration coincided with the pandemic. I just don't, I understand that there's the Democrats that advocate for, the rainbow people and accelerating their aggressive intrusions. I do find that kind of disturbing. Like I don't want
All this shit disturbing. I don't fuck with the right or the left. I don't fuck with none of them motherfuckers. They
that's
all
what I'm
fucked up in
saying.
their own way.
But we live in a country that's promoting you got to pick a side.
Well, that shit go in, bro. That shit go in this country. That shit right there
That
that
you
shit
got to
right
pick a
there
side
is
is
go
going to end
in
this
this
country.
country, bro.
Yeah,
That said, you got to pick a side that's gonna end this country, bro. We supposed to be one nation, bro. What
yeah.
the fuck is going on? Like
The
this shit is. I always said that right and left shit is
division
like
is
gang banging,
growing.
and this
Yeah,
shit is coming to fruition. These
yeah.
motherfuckers eliminating one another. Politicians
Division
are getting
is
eliminated. They
growing,
done went
man.
up in like, bro. They done went in a politician house and unalive her and her husband. Like that shit crazy, bro. Like that. This is America, bro. Shit like that ain't. That shit supposed to happen in these third world countries. How the fuck is shit going on like this?
Because we allowed it, everybody up in this motherfucker. Yeah.
And these
I
motherfuckers was
know I
fucked up.
sound prejudiced when I say that, but there are a lot of people who are first generation politician, first generation citizens, right? Like, you know, their their parents immigrated here with their traditions, their concepts, their ways. That influences that child that eventually grows up to be a politician. And that politician helps to enact laws that influence things. You know, there was a time when, see, I don't understand the whole. Okay, I don't know how to put this. I mean, it is the middle of the night, so forgive me if I don't sound coherent. What I'm emphasizing for myself is that I grew up watching Mr. Rogers. I grew up,
It's a
um,
beautiful day in the neighborhood.
man, I grew up
Don't mind.
observing kindness on television, is what I'm saying. Like, it's not a foreign concept that a lot of children are babysat with media images, right? And fortunately, the media images that I grew up with were kind and comedic,
Wholesome.
r-
Right.
right? Kind and comedic. But as time has gone forward, it's become more um attack, I'm gonna get you before you get me. It's drama. It's, dare I say, effery, right? It's like that's the call of the day. It's like if you are not, how can I put this? You heard that term. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I
Yeah.
grew up in a time period when you had time to get ready, right? But now these are the times when you have to stay ready for whatever. And that means that you're on guard, you're anxious, and to alleviate the stress and tension of being on guard, you take drugs. You know, you consume things that you believe soothe you that alters your perception of reality. I think, as I've said before, people are consuming stuff that's altering their mind. And media is the negative, fear mongering media is contributing to, accelerating, those hidden tendencies of anger, I mean, everybody, that's anger is an emotion. So while people are saying women are emotional, like anger is an emotional response and men can be angry. So really that's a tactic, that's a tactic to to bend people, or dare I say women, to someone's will, right? Because to use that old blanket statement like women are too emotional, that's a bullshit excuse for the need to control somebody. You know, who doesn't have emotions? Like, what kind of bullshit is that? Who doesn't have emotions? Human beings have emotions. That's what makes somebody a human being.
Well,
So
most wars get started, behind people pushing
anger
emotion.
is an emotion. So what the fuck is they talking about? You know,
Now, after the people who say that shit, man, I mean, it like when people say shit, this is what
but when
people don't
somebody's
understand.
stupid, they believe that rhetoric, and that's the problem. Too many people are stupid out here.
Yeah, but anytime anybody say anything, it's just a projection of what's inside of them. So when people start projecting that ignorant shit, bro, it just show me where they at. When you say ignorant shit like that, it shows me where you at.
And the public
Like
school
you said,
system, it doesn't enhance critical thinking. It teaches students how to obey. You know, I,
they do what it was designed to do, prepare you to become a productive worker in
a,
society.
a worker,
Public,
an obedient,
yeah,
productive worker. That's what the public
yeah.
school system is
That shit
doing.
wasn't designed to get people smart, educated.
No,
It wasn't designed for that. So I mean,
yep.
people be
It's
shocked, like,
like,
"Oh my god!" Like, nah, that ain't what it's for.
I'm gonna teach you how to fill out a job application and evaluate whether or not you're qualified. That's what you're good for. Period. Congratulations on your public school education. Okay.
I just bought some super glue and the shit is stale. I'm mad at the motherfucker right now.
Hold on. I got a call. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, you good? What up, though, y'all? What up, word? Yeah, I probably ain't gonna be on too much longer, man. I just wanted to come kick in and ask y'all what the hell is going on right now. Like this shit. Like we talk about desensitized and shit. Man, this man shooting shit, bro. I'm not. I'm not gonna be desensitized to this shit, bro. That shit. That ain't something to be desensitized. That shit. That shit got to pop. Something got to pop, bro. Something got to pop. This ain't no fucking third world country, bro. I ain't paying my taxes. Fuck that. Something. Hey man, yeah, something got to pop, bro. This shit is not what I'm paying taxes for. Deal with no bullshit like that. People can't even go to church, bro. People out chilling and shit by the water and shit, and somebody doing some Grand Theft Auto shit, doing drive-bys on boats. That shit crazy, man. That shit is fucking nuts, man. I'm like, where you safe at, bro? Like, where you safe at? Home? Shit. I told my wife, I ain't going out around a bunch of people. I'm good, bro. I'm good right now. Wait till this shit calm down. It could calm down. This shit, it's like shit ramping up. And it's so, like, bro, like, y'all can't say politics ain't game banging, bro. I don't care what nobody say, bro. It might not be the politician, but it's the people who identify with the shit. The people who identify with the left and right, they're gang banging, bro. They taking each other out. And they taking up innocent people with them, bro. That shit is gang activity. They talk about civil war. I'm like, hold on, bro. Fuck. What? Didn't we do that already? We already did that, bro. We evolved from shit like that. We supposed to be able to talk shit out now, bro. We supposed to be intellects and shit. We supposed to be able to have a difference of opinion and keep it moving. Find a common ground that works for everyone. This is shit. We supposed to be civilized, bro. And you got motherfuckers. Yeah, motherfuckers ready to do some crazy shit, ready to crash out. Regular like people, man, bro. I think good credit beats hard work. Um, actually, I mean it can work either way. It depends. I know some people who worked hard and made something out their life, without good credit, and eventually they hard work is what made them have good credit. Then I know some people who had good credit and didn't work hard and made something of themselves too. So that's one of the things. I guess it's on the person who willed it, you know. But I would agree, it's ideal to have good credit. But just because you get good credit, I don't mean you shouldn't work hard neither. Just because you get good credit don't mean you shouldn't work hard. Confusion is winning. Yes, it is, bro. Winning like a motherfucking bro. Everybody bemused and shit. Everybody around this bitch bemused. Everybody all fucked up and discombobulated, bro. I don't know if we going left or right. Man, I don't know where we going. And this shit crazy because I got kids, man. I ain't even thinking about myself no more. I know I'm straight. No matter what happened, I'm gonna be straight. So I'm thinking about my baby now. Like, what kind of world are they gonna be left in when I'm gone, bro? I just got to make sure they ready for that shit, bro. That's my job is to prepare them. I don't know how you prepare them for this shit though, bro. I'm teaching my kids to be loving and not hate people and, be polite, be all this shit. But that shit can get them fucked up right now, bro. Being nice and polite to the wrong people, that shit can get them fucked up. My son got bit at school the other day, right? And I'm all pissed off. I go up there and they praising my son. Like he could have hurt the boy. He could have did this. He could have did that. And I'm thinking, my son, like, the boy's my friend. I'm like, nah, he ain't your friend, bro. Friends don't do that to one another. He get mad and upset and shit, and then he want to try to hit you and shit. Nah, that ain't your friend. That and my son looking at me like he not. I'm like, nah, man, your friends don't treat you like that. Do you treat him like that? No. You know why? Because you like him. You're his friend. If he felt the same way, he wouldn't have did that. That's not your friend. If he do it again, knock his ass out. Flat. Ain't no talking to the teacher. Drop his ass. Because if you don't, he go keep doing that shit. So now I got to teach my son this too. And I just want him to be a kid, just be a little loving kid. But shit, I got to prepare him for life too. And he experiencing he not when he at school, he ain't in a bubble I created where he's safe at. He not in that bubble no more. And then they ain't even do nothing to the kid. Like he ain't get in trouble or nothing. I'm like, nah, bro, this shit ain't cool. Shit ain't cool. The credit was designed for the white folks. The big event is about to happen. Well, let me know where that shit happening at, because I'm gonna sit my ass right here with some popcorn and watch it. I am not gonna be involved in that shit. I am straight. Motherfuckers talk about Civil War. Hold on, man. Civil War was against the North and the South, bro. So who's the combatants in this? 'Cause don't include me. I ain't said nothing about no damn war. I'm good. I am not fighting in nobody's war. I'm good, man. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Yeah, Chris, when you figure out where that big event gonna happen, let me know, bro. I want to be far away from that shit if possible. It was motherfuckers when it was this comedian. He was like, it was a black dude. He was like, yeah, when Charlie Kirk got shot, he was showing the, I don't know where it was at, in Arizona somewhere, but they was having a rally and they was saying, "White man fight back." And he was like, "Who you fighting?" You know, the guy who shot Charlie was white. So y'all about to fight each other? He said, "Well, let me get my popcorn. I'm gonna watch this shit." I'm like, oh man. But that's what I'm saying. Like a civil war, the Republicans versus Democrats. I ain't none of that shit. I'm straight. I'm not even saying I'm an independent. I'm a nine. Next time they ask me what I am, I'm a nine, bro. What's that? Yeah, exactly. We'll leave it at that. Nothing that got to do with none of y'all. That's what it is. Something ain't got to do with none of y'all. Fuck that. I ain't identifying shit but me. I'm good, bro. Too much crazy shit going on. You attach yourself to something that you don't even know what the fuck you attaching yourself to. Because you on the right, you believe in this and you believe in that. Because you on the left, you believe. Nah, I don't believe in none of that shit, bro. Both of y'all fucked up. Both of y'all be saying some fucked up shit. Nah, shouldn't no man be in no women's bathrooms. Men shouldn't play in women's sports. Nah, we ain't doing none of that shit. I ain't on no racist shit or no hatred shit. I don't think women should not have the right to vote. Like they be saying some crazy shit. Women shouldn't have the right to vote. All that red pill shit, bro. Come on, man. And then like this is where we at society. Half the time people say shit that they don't even believe in. But this would be the problem. Like they just like rap, right? You remember when we started finding out like most of these rappers really didn't grow up in the hood, really never been through this shit. We like, damn, bro, fuck you rapping about this shit for you ain't never experienced. That shit was like a shock to us. Like, hold on, they ain't really do this shit. But the influence and the impact they had other people doing that shit because they said that's the same thing with this shit. These people don't be believing in half the shit they say. They just do it because they want people want to hear it. People giving them money, paying them attention, and then they go home and with their wife and shit. Who, yeah, my wife go vote and all that shit. They just be saying all this crazy shit online because they know it's fucked up people who run with that shit. Like I said, half of the people on this planet are fucking broken, bro. They broken. Life is broken them. Now I got these broken ass perceptions of life and they just projecting their hate and guilt and jealousy. Half of the hate that people project is fucking jealousy, bro. The reason they hate you because they fucking ain't you. Half of the hate that we experience is because people are fucking jealous, bro. They just fucking jealous. Oh, that's cool, Mello. I appreciate you. The stupid versus the ignorant. You feel me? Plantation slave master music, bro. That's one of the issues I have with religion. Sometimes the right use the Bible way out of context too much. Yeah, bro. And they don't even know. I be thinking like, what fucking Bible is you reading out of? Bro? A lot of shit I was saying. I heard people say Jesus, Jesus didn't say don't be violent. When he went into the when he went to the synagogue and flipped the tables, he braided a whip and started whipping people. I'm like, bro, what book did you read when Jesus braided the whip to get the animals out of there? It was animals in there. So he braided a whip and whipped the animals, not the fucking humans, bro. Not the humans. What he did, he touched that fig tree though. On his way in, he touched it, and on the way out, that motherfucker was dead. Like that's like motherfucker touch a tree and come back a couple minutes later and it's dead. I ain't fucking with him. Motherfucker slap you to death, literally. Motherfucker touched a tree and killed us because he was pissed off. Yeah, man, people. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like they weaponize that shit, bro. They weaponize that shit. I heard a debate last night. Who was that on Breakfast Tacos or some shit like that? I don't know. It was a channel that popped up. I think I'm subbed to it. But anyway, they was talking about slavery. I'm looking like, and I look. I ain't trying to be funny. I am not trying to be funny. But when a bunch of white people talk about slavery, that shit just don't go right. But it was some people on there like this shit is just wrong. Period. So I do got to get them their props. But it's like I don't know, man. It's just the way when people don't have any type of connection with things, they have a different perception of it, right? But when you start literally reading, that's why the show I did last night, man. Shout out to Chris, man. I appreciate you coming through, bro. Show I did last night talking about Uncle Tom, like Harriet when she wrote that book, Uncle Tom's Cabin, man. That shit influenced the Civil War, bro. That book, a book. This lady wrote a book, and the way she depicted slavery in there, a lot of people didn't know about slavery from that standpoint. They didn't know people had fucking breeding farms where you taking a mom and a child and breeding them. Like what type of sick shit is that? That's some sick shit to do. Take family members and shit and breed them because they're big, because they're robust, and they if you put these two slaves together, they gonna have an even bigger slave. This how these people was thinking. They didn't care if they was family or not. That's some fucked up shit. They was using black people for foot warmers. At night when they cold, they had a slave lay on the end of the bed so they could keep their feet warm. Who's the fucking animal? Who treats human life like that, bro? They was just selling people because and splitting families up and shit like that. Just our word and the women. Oh, these you look at them as less than human, but you still having sex with them. That shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy. And people can say that the white was given, and you can say this all day. All cultures been through slavery. You can say that all day, and that's factual. Different cultures around the planet, but there was never slavery like what black people experienced in America. There was never no shit like that because all those people, all those other cultures who've been enslaved, they kept their fucking culture, bro. They kept their fucking names. They kept their religion. Even though they was probably beat and whipped, they wasn't treated like black people was here. But they want you to forget about that. And the ones who want you to forget about that is the motherfuckers who want that shit to come back. Because I know a lot of white people, when they talk about slavery, they be like, damn, that was fucked up. They don't feel guilty because it wasn't them, but they can still sympathize. They can still understand. Even if they don't sympathize, they can understand, like, damn, that's some fucked up shit. Couldn't have went down like that. But there's some motherfuckers who wish the shit was still like that. Yeah, they had the Bible. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, look, that's why I be saying, like, man, fuck that, bro. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Just because the person reading the Bible, they ain't reading it because they're a believer. They ain't reading it because they're a practitioner. They reading it to understand how to weaponize that shit, bro. That Bible is a weapon too. That Bible is just as much as the weapon as it is a tool for religion. Just as much as a weapon. And that shit was definitely weaponized against us. It's a I think you can get a PDF, but it's a slave Bible. It's a Bible specifically written for slaves. And it's a bunch of fucking books missing. A bunch of fucking chapters missing. Even the books that they kept in there is chapters missing out of it. Because that book was designed to keep slaves obedient. It wouldn't because that book can empower you or it can depower you, right? And they wrote a book specifically for the slave, and they eliminated a lot of books out of it. But people talk about, that's the past. Well, you need to learn from the past so the shit won't become the present. That's why you need to understand the past. When black people talk about slavery, that's because we ain't too far removed from that shit. That shit was like 100 years ago, bro. Well, no, it was more than that. It was more than that. But it wasn't too far. And the way motherfuckers talking, they trying to push you back there. Dysfunctional families, bro. They don't have the roots, bro. Like a lot of like, bro, it's kind of hard. Like, you think about this. I was my wife Middle Eastern, right? So I was explaining to her about the Civil War, right? And I want you to think about this. So people say the Civil War was to free the blacks, right? From take them out of slavery, right? That's what the Civil War was from. But what happens? Like usually when you go free someone, don't you go get them motherfuckers out from where they at? Don't and reestablish them somewhere? That ain't what happened. They just said, "Hey, y'all free." They didn't give them no resources. They didn't give them nowhere to go. They had no fucking type of medical, especially mental. Imagine that shit. One day you're a slave and one day you're not. That shit got to be a mental mind fuck. Your whole life. Imagine somebody in like their 30s or 40s, bro. All they ever knew was to be a slave, and now they free. They don't know what the fuck to do next. There's no type of resources. There's no type of education. They didn't even come get them off the fucking plantation. How the fuck you free somebody and don't fucking free them? No, they just said you free. So this is where Jim Crow came in at. This is where sharecropping came in at. And they say, look, you gonna do the same job you was doing before, but this time you gonna have to pay me rent. You can stay in this hut. You can stay in this slave quarter, but you gonna have to pay me rent. Well, how I'm gonna pay you rent? You gonna work in my field, you gonna keep doing what you've been doing. That was freeing the slaves. That's what happened, bro. Oh, we'll give you some crops. We'll give you a quarter of an acre. You can have this little side right here. Anything you grow over here is yours. But you still gotta do the same thing you've been doing. They did, bro. A lot of them people got reparations for freeing the slaves, bro. They was getting like $300 to $400 a slave they freed, bro. That was the deal, man. Yeah, so all that shit was fucked up, man. All that shit was fucked up. All that shit was fucked up. They wanted to stop the free labor of the South because no matter how much improvement they made up from the North and shit, and they couldn't tax the South at that time either. So it was a whole bunch of other shit that went involved. It wasn't about. It was more about stopping the free labor of the South than actually freeing the slaves, bro. That's the crazy part. But you got to read in between the lines to see that shit. trying to get resources. Yeah, yeah, bro. That's I mean that's 100. That's history, bro. That's just what happened. You know, that's just what happened, bro. Well, history will repeat itself if you allow it, time and time again. Motherfuckers talk about women shouldn't vote. Like that shit crazy, bro. Or women this, women that, women can't think. Like what fucking type of women y'all around? Like maybe y'all just around some stupid ass women. But the women around me, they some badasses, bro. They some badasses. Yeah, man. But keep y'all head on the swivel, man. Don't trust nobody. Who said that, Pop? Don't trust nobody. That's sad to say, man, but shit, you don't know what people on nowadays, bro. Motherfuckers smile in your face right before they stick a knife in your stomach. So you definitely gotta be careful, bro. You don't know who got what about to happen, who gonna do this, who having a bad day, who lost their job, who getting a divorce, and people just spazzing the fuck out. That shit, to me, now listen to me for a minute, man. Rock with me for a minute, right? All this mass shooting shit, you see people just going to unaliving people unconsciously. To me, it's like these motherfuckers feel entitled, like because they life fucked up or something fucked up with them, that they entitled to fuck other people lives with. That's like entitlement, man. But motherfucker, okay, you having whatever the fuck going on with you in your head, you decide to drive into a church and start popping. How's that? How like who the fuck are you to do some shit like that? You on a boat and you see people outside having fun partying and shit. You just want to unload the clip. Like who the fuck is you, bro? Just because you having a bad day, you want to fuck everybody else's day up. That's entitlement, bro. That's when people just feel like they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. And they know the consequence. They just don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Yeah. They just don't fucking care, bro. And shit. I mean, shit. Really, I don't see how, like, man, I ain't gonna say it's true segregation where, whites only or blacks only, but shit, this country been segregated, bro. That's what redlining is, man. They'll let you in this area, but you can't come in this area. You can't come over here, but you can come all over here. That's what redlining is, bro. Segregation. So this country been segregated, bro. We just like the beautiful lives, bro. Beautiful lives. We're all one people. That's the beautiful lie, bro. But the reality is, it's not like that, bro. It's not like that. You have the haves and have not. And then the haves make sure the have nots keep fighting so they don't fight them. That's the true issue. And motherfuckers ignorant and fall for that dumb shit, bro. They ignorant. I thought at one point I thought people was really waking up. You know what I'm saying? Like the late '90s, early 2000s. It was like, hold on, man. Why 1% got everything? Why y'all got everything? Nah, y'all need to trickle that shit down. That's how everybody was talking, bro. Everybody was getting on the same page. Like, nah, these rich motherfuckers need to come out their pocket. They need to, stop creating wealth off of our backs. Everybody was saying that shit. Now all of a sudden we going back to this other shit. That's what I said. We going backwards, bro. They figured that shit out. Like, oh, they didn't figure this out. We got to cause some more confusion and disruption so they can start fighting amongst themselves and don't worry about what we do. And then, like, man, that's what I'm saying, bro. It ain't one way to fight. It ain't one way to fight a war. You got to fight on multiple. You got to fight on multiple fields when you talk about war. There'll be multiple platforms you got to fight on. And thinking just fixing one problem. Nope, it's about time you fix that. You while you dealing with the other problem, they gonna make that a problem again. They gonna fuck up what you fix. That's and you know what? That's like this is what I'm saying. For America to be great, we have to be Americans, bro. We have to be Americans for this country to really thrive and be prosperous. It can't be one group putting a foot on the neck of another group. We got to work together because these other countries doing that shit. All these other countries working together. They're not only working together, they working with other countries. So I mean, that's what I told. Like I said that a couple shows ago, and I'm not saying all white people, but I'm telling white people this: look, your best friends in this whole world is the black people that you trying to fuck over. The only friends you really got, bro. Everybody else want to take y'all damn head off, bro. All this bullshit, like Trump, all this shit he doing, man. Motherfuckers don't like Americans no more. We done got beefed out with. How the fuck you get beefed out with Canada, bro? Canada is like one of the coolest things. Man, we used to go over there because weed was legal, bro. Canada is like one of the coolest fucking countries ever, bro. How you get beefed out with Canada, bro? Hey, we all done been to Cabo and shit. Like, how the fuck you like these motherfuckers right here on the border, bro? Why are you fucking with the Mexicans, bro? They ain't fucking with you. They come over here do cheap labor and shit. Like, man, chill the fuck out, bro. You for everybody that you want to fuck with people right around us, on top and bottom, bro. Do you not realize we the meat in the fucking sandwich, bro? Chill the fuck out, bro. Pissing everybody off. If you want to play sword fight to see who's bigger, man, that shit crazy. Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good one. That's all about design though, bro. But see, this the thing. We keep participating in that shit, bro. We participating in that shit. We know how to like, well, bro. We know how that shit go, especially with the music, bro. They're only releasing shit they won't release, right? That's the only time they releasing shit. But we keep making the ignorant shit they want to release. So until we put our foots down and say fuck that, especially now, I don't even see why people do that shit, bro. You don't even need a fucking record deal. Only reason you need a record deal is because you trying to get advancements and shit, bro. Man, you can release your music if you making good music. Man, you can release that shit yourself now. If it's good music, you can release that shit yourself. And the way TikTok and all this shit go, if it's fire, people will run with that shit, bro. We don't even need a fucking record deal. They do all that shit. I mean, about and them deals be so fucked up, bro. You the one making the music and all the shit, and they taking all the man. I don't see, bro. I that's why I never wanted to be famous, bro. I ain't doing none of that shit. I ain't creating shit and giving it to nobody. If I made it, it's mine. You got me fucked up. And the biggest pop stars you know had the that screw bent over, no Vaseline, the works. But people are stupid. You can teach individuals, but on a national level, people have lost it. Yeah, yeah. That's why I said, bro. A lot of this, bro. A lot of people just could be casualties, bro. What? At the end of the day, a lot of you see them now, like people who going. It's people because you don't watch this man on a fucking screen or the laptop, wherever the fuck you watch Charlie Kirk at. You going to crash out because somebody killed him because somebody said something about him, bro. You got a whole fucking life and responsibilities and shit. You want to crash out over it? Like something wrong with you, bro. Fuck that. I ain't crashing out with nobody I don't fucking know. You ain't even know fucking Charlie Kirk. Motherfuckers crying and shit. Well, you better not say nothing about Charlie or you're gonna do what? You're gonna unalive somebody because they talk about somebody that you didn't even fucking know. Okay. Yeah, I ain't fucking with your crazy ass. I'm good. Have a nice day. You fucking crazy. Yeah, collectively we fuck, but individually we gonna be all right. Hey, we gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. I ain't falling for none of that shit. I'm gonna just watch shit back and watch everybody else fall. It's like I said, a goat, bro. Like the what we're seeing now is the different flocks being led. All these sheep ass people being led, and there's a group of goat on top of the mountain looking down, watching all this shit. I'm one of them goats up there watching all this fuck shit happening. The way I'm gonna stay out the way of that shit, bro. I'm saying the fuck out the way. But let me get my ass off here, bro. I appreciate y'all coming to rock out with me, man. I'll probably be on probably like Wednesday. I think I'll be back on Wednesday. I'll probably take a couple days off. 'Cause I got something, I'm working on something for the members. So if y'all ain't got y'all membership, get that. We about to start talking about personalities, talking about narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. We're gonna talk about those three. You know, under psychopathy, you have psycho, um, and sociopath. Uh, that falls under psychopathy. So we're gonna talk about those three personalities, and then I got another one where we're gonna talk about. We're gonna review some videos. I already talked about it, but I like the way this channel I found articulate the conversation. So we're gonna watch videos on that, and the Dark Empath too. I'm doing that for the members, so make sure y'all. 199, man, get you an adult. That's a good way to support the channel. You know, you can support it by clicking that like button, clicking that share button. You can super chat, you can cash app, or you can get a membership, man. Many ways to support the channel, bro. Any way y'all do it, just sitting here spending time having dialogue with me supports the channel. So I appreciate it if you do it that way. Um, all likes and views are welcome, bro. Help the channel grow. But I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know what I always say, man. Care about how you feel. Use conversations to build nation. And if I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that share button. Tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, I'm out. Yeah, the Machiavellianism, bro, it's a positive way to use that. It's a positive way to use the Machiavellianism. I'm gonna tell you. If Chris, you know what you should check out? I don't know if you ever read this, but look up the Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. Is a you can catch it on audiobook on YouTube. Check that out too. Miyamoto Musashi, the Book of Five Rings. It's a good read. Good read. But that's all I got, peeps.
And do it for the nine.
What up, Nine?
Ignite!